That's quite all right. Very good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I want to say Happy New Year and welcome. I'm so glad you're joining me here today to help make 2024 an amazing year. My name is Monty Wyatt, and I'm your organizational and executive development coach. My goal today is to help you walk away with 2 to 3 items that you can implement immediately to make 2024 everything you desire it to be. To introduce myself, I love to share my 2 passions. And my first love is my family, my 3 daughters. In the center is Katie. Katie is just starting her business career. She graduated from Iowa State in industrial engineering last May. On the left is Allison, the middle daughter. She is a junior at Iowa State. She's studying data science. And on the right is Janie. She is a senior in high school, and she's also committed to going to Iowa State. So I've done something right to get all 3 of them to go to Iowa State. So good Iowa State students coming through. So they're my number 1 passion. I love spending time with them. My second passion is helping others succeed. For the past 20 years, I've been working with CEOs and executive teams with helping them bring clarity to how they lead and manage their organizations and their teams. I work with teams of 10 all the way to teams of 500. And I love to see how small changes in an organization or in behaviors can make a team or business thrive. So this is why I'm here today, to help each of you be your best version in 2024. So I want to encourage each one of you to take notes so you can easily identify your follow-up actions and next steps. We will have a short Q&A at the end, so please hold your questions until then. And I just want to say, over the next 20 minutes, I'll be sharing 6 categories with 4 actions each to help you become a better leader for yourself and your business. Now, not all of them may fit you, but I want to encourage you to find 2 or 3 actions that you can implement and take advantage of right away. All right, so let's get started with the first category. The first category is 4 things you need to learn more about. 4 things you need to learn more about. Number 1 is artificial intelligence, AI. Now, AI is not just a buzzword. It's a new way to create leverage in your business. There are many tools and many ways that AI can help. Engaging with customers in real time with chatbots for customer service, content creation, creative collaboration, and to help you with website traffic. All of us should be doing research to find at least one way to use AI to save us time. That's a huge opportunity that every one of us can take advantage of. And I'm not going to go too deep into a lot of these, but we're going to have some quick hits and some longer ones. The second thing you need to learn more about is influencing others. Leadership is influence. We can all increase our leadership skills. Leadership is about behavior, not about position. Here are just a few ways that I want to challenge you to be a better leader. Show compassion and empathy for others. Ask great questions and listen on purpose. Connect on a personal level, and encourage and support others. If people aren't following you, you aren't a leader. We all can increase our leadership skills. So number 2 thing you need to learn more about is influencing others. The third item I want to challenge you to learn more about is communicating more effectively. Another way to increase our leadership is with communication. A lot of times when I work with an organization, the number 1 challenge I see is communication in their organization. It starts with us, whether it's one-on-one, it's group, it's written, or it's verbal. It all starts with how we are communicating. I want to have you write down this phrase: true communication is the response you get. I'm going to repeat that. True communication is the response you get. What that means is we have to take ownership of how our audience is hearing our message. If we're not getting the response that we desire, we have to make sure that we change our language, our tone, our verbiage to meet their needs. We have to own that. So true communication is the response you get. So the third thing you need to learn more about is communicating more effectively. The fourth item is developing the next generation of leaders. As a leader, I truly believe one of your most important roles is to teach people how to think. Stop giving them all the answers. Ask them questions to get them to share their thoughts, their opinions. We need to equip them and teach them the knowledge they need to excel in their position and their role, and empower them to act. So we need to be teaching them to think and equipping them with the knowledge they need to do their job and be the future. So the fourth one is developing the next generation of leaders. So here's what I want you to do, because hopefully you're taking notes. I want you to star or circle one action that you are going to take because of this section of things you need to learn more about. And if you feel so moved, please type it into the chat box so we can share it and we can all see what you're going to work on. All right, we're going to move to the second category. So if you hopefully you started and circled, now we're moving to the second category. The second category is 4 things that will happen that will affect your business. 4 things that will happen that will affect your business. The first one is losing a key member of your team, the potential of losing a key member of your team. 30 years ago, when I started in the business world, the company I worked for had a group called the Quarter Century Club. They celebrated people that had stayed with the company for 25 years. And now today's statistics show that we hold 12 jobs in our business lifetime with an average tenure of only 4 years. So there are 2 things that I want to challenge you to do to help ensure that we don't lose key members of our team. The first one is work on retention by valuing our team and treating them well. The second one is ensure that we are ready if and when someone does leave by cross-training others so everyone knows how to get the work done. So we have to make sure that we are wowing our employees. We are making sure that we are treating them well so they stay a long time. So that's number 1 potential that could happen and affect your business. The second one is the potential of losing a key customer. We all have strong competitors. To help retain our customers, we must understand and meet their needs. That's a critical point, is we must understand and meet their needs. Communicate frequently to them and provide incredible service. Work on wowing your customer. I think that's a powerful thing, is we have to understand how can we wow our customer better than our competition so they stay with us, so we don't lose that key customer. But that will happen if we aren't doing that with our customer. All right. Third thing that will happen that will affect your business is sales will hit a bump in the road. We will have disappointments. We will get no's. Every no is one step closer to a yes. I want to encourage you to create momentum. Momentum is energy in motion, energy and emotion in a positive direction. We create momentum. That's a powerful thing, is we have to understand that we create momentum. Don't let a sales slump enter your business. Let your competition have that sales bump. You create momentum intentionally. All right. The fourth thing that will happen in your business that will affect it is that you'll become complacent and tired. I'm going to say it this way. Success is hard work. Succeeding is hard work. Take care of yourself. In order to not get burned out or not get stressed out, I'm going to give you a few points here. Ask for help. Exercise frequently. Manage your energy well. Take time off. We have to balance our energy and make sure that we are asking for help. In today's world, we have so many things going on. We can get tired very easily. And success is hard work. So we need to make sure that we are balancing our energy. That's for sure. So again, I want you to circle or star one action that you're going to take because of this segment of things that will happen that will affect your business, and then go ahead and type in the chat box a couple things that you are going to work on. Awesome. I love it. We create momentum. Thank you, Tony. Love to see that. Yes, key team member retention. Very good. Very good. All right. Complacency. Yes, we've got to take care of ourselves. Very good. So I'm going to move to the third category. The third category is profit makers that we may be overlooking. Profit makers we may be overlooking. Number 1 is good management. Now, here is how I define good management. Good management creates competent and productive team members. If you are a manager, your role is to ensure that your team can not only do their job, but that they're productive at it. Be a good manager, not a poor manager or even a micromanager. You've heard this phrase before, but I want you to write it down. Inspect what you expect. Inspect what you expect. This implies two things. Number one, people know what's expected of them. And number two, they will be held accountable for those actions and those results. Good management makes a difference in every business. I've seen too many times where people say their management style is they let them do their thing. You have to be responsible for creating competent and productive team members. So inspect what you expect. All right. Second profit maker you may be overlooking is customer loyalty standards. I love this one. Everyone who interacts with customers should be trained on your expectations or your standards of how you treat and serve your customers. Create your standards with your team and then train everyone so your service is consistent no matter who the customer interacts with. Now, I want to share an example of some customer loyalty standards from a large retail client. They treat their customers great. GREAT. GREAT stands for, it's an acronym that stands for greet, relate, engage, act, and thank. I'll repeat them because I want to make sure that you got that. GREAT is an acronym and it stands for greet, relate, engage, act, and thank. There's a lot behind each one of these letters. They've been trained on what the expectations are and how they treat every customer and how they're going to interact with every customer. So create customer loyalty standards. The third profit maker I want you to think about that you may be overlooking is training. I've heard so many businesses say, we just don't have time to train. We just don't have time to do that. I want you to be intentional with not only your time, but your training. One of our roles as leaders of an organization is to ensure that our team is continually not only improving, but they're behaving at the highest level of skills to do their job. Do quick hits. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 20 minutes, daily, weekly, or monthly. Make time to train your team. So training is a big profit maker that you may be overlooking. The fourth profit maker you may be overlooking is your mindset. I love this one as well. You are a big part of this. Your team is a reflection of you, your tone, your words, your mindset, how you think. You are the ceiling of energy for your team. So I want you to do a self-assessment on not only yourself, but your team on how are we thinking? What's our attitude? What's our mindset? Make adjustments as necessary to get your team and yourself thinking positively. Mindset is 90% of the game that we play. And so that's a profit maker that you may be overlooking. Again, go ahead and star and circle on your piece of paper which action you're going to take, and go ahead and type in the chat box a couple things. Don, thanks for joining us. Appreciate the comment. All right. Yep. We got to get our mindset right. Absolutely. Absolutely. We get our mindset right. And that's a challenge in today's world. There's many things going on. So glad that it was there. All right. We're going to head to the next opportunity. Intentional training. Love to hear that, Debbie. Thank you. So our next category, our fourth category, is opportunities to maximize. Opportunities to maximize. The first one is this is all about business growth, all about revenue, all about growing profit. The first one is cross-selling and upselling our current customers. Who is easier to sell to? Someone who has already bought from us or someone who's never bought? Of course, it's someone that's already bought from us. We need to teach our team how to cross-sell and upsell. What else could they use that we could cross-sell with? What else could we be selling that they can need? Our customers could need that we're not selling. This is a critical point to maximize our current customers. Make sure we're knowing what they're buying and what other products could they be using. So an opportunity to maximize our business is cross-selling and upselling our current customers. Second opportunity to maximize is reselling past customers. We all have past customers. Are you marketing to them? How are you continuously communicating with them? Put a plan together that interacts with your past customers to build off of those relationships. You've got a relationship with them, build off of it, and get those customers that are once bought from you, get them back in the door. The third opportunity to maximize are your competitor mistakes. Be the best number two. So when they make a mistake, you are there to be number one. Understand your customer needs and wants better than your competition. That's how you're going to win. That's how you're going to get that competitor when they make a mistake, is by you understanding their wants and needs better than your competition. The fourth opportunity to maximize are inefficiencies. Now, we all have inefficiencies. I don't care what business you're in, how good you've been working on it. We can find more areas that we have inefficiencies, whether it's in our processes, our products, our inventory, our time or speed that something takes. If you're not sure where you have inefficiencies, ask your team. I guarantee they will be able to tell you where you have inefficiencies. Here's just a suggestion. Choose one inefficiency per month to correct or eliminate. This will save not only time and money, but it's even going to help generate greater profit. So cross-selling, upselling, reselling past customers, competitor mistakes, inefficiencies, these are opportunities we have to maximize in the new year. So again, I want you to go ahead and star and circle on your piece of paper something that you're going to act on, and then go ahead and type into the chat box an action that you're going to take. Resell past customers, absolutely love that. Inefficiencies, you bet, we've got them. Love to hear those things. Thank you for typing in. Competitor mistakes, yes, we've got to take advantage of those. All right, I'm going to keep rolling here, keep rolling. The fifth category is things to avoid. Things to avoid in the new year. The first one is misalignment with your team. So what does misalignment look like? Working in silos, having conflicting priorities or goals, not communicating between departments, not working together. That's what misalignment looks like. Misalignment within a team kills momentum, it kills culture, and it impacts morale. Here's just a few items that you need to be aligned on. It's our goals, it's our priorities, it's what we're focusing on, our direction of the company. Review those items frequently so everyone knows what success looks like and we're able to see progress that we are making. Misalignment kills so much momentum in a business that I want to challenge you to make sure that we're doing the right things to communicate and to get our team engaged together. The second thing I want you to avoid is miscommunication. We've already talked about how communication can be a major challenge in many organizations, but I have 3 words to help your communication: timely, proactive, and clear. I want you to write them down: timely, proactive, and clear. And to the right audience. Not only do you need to be to the right audience, but you need to make sure that it's clear so they understand your message. Make the time to think about your message, whether it's verbal or it's written. And as I said earlier, true communication is the response you get. True communication is the response you get. All right, the third thing to avoid is saving yourself to prosperity. Here's what I mean by this, but yes, you should eliminate unnecessary expenses that aren't providing good ROI. Absolutely, we need to do that. My point here is to have a clear revenue generation plan. We need a clear revenue generation plan and direction for growth. Who and where are we targeting? How will we beat our competition? What actions are we going to take consistently to grow the business? Focus our energy and our resources on growth versus just saving yourself to prosperity. I've seen too many people, when they get to hard times, they only focus on saving and they don't focus on that revenue generation. So you need to balance that. Focus on revenue generation and business growth. All right, the fourth thing to avoid is the scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset says there's not enough, or we don't know how. The opposite of a scarcity mindset is an abundant mindset. An abundant mindset says, how can we? I want you to write those 3 words down. How can we? How can we find a way? How can we find a new solution? Take ownership for success with an abundant mindset, and let scarcity stay with your competition. So 4 things to avoid: misalignment with your team, miscommunication, saving yourself to prosperity, and scarcity mindset. Go ahead and star and circle one action you're going to take, and then go ahead and type one into the chat box if you would. What item are you going to avoid in 2024? Yes, how can we? Thank you, Jess. Focus on growth, Allison. I love it. We have to eliminate the scarcity mindset. You bet. Keep that abundant mindset. Love it. All right. Appreciate everybody typing in there. Our 6th category, our last category that I'm going to share with you is 4 things to celebrate. 4 things to celebrate. You know, this is a powerful one because oftentimes we don't celebrate enough. So the first item I want to challenge you to celebrate is our wins. No matter how big or how small, give kudos and show gratitude. Identify and recognize the actions that made the wins happen. Build off those actions and the wins and duplicate them. Use them to build and keep momentum. Remember, we create momentum. So build off of those wins and the actions that create those wins. The second thing I want you to celebrate are your losses. Instead of looking at them as losses, look at them as learnings. When things don't go well or they don't turn out as you planned, ask the question, what can we learn from this so we don't go through this the next time or experience this again? Or ask, what should we do differently to improve the situation? Celebrate your learnings and your losses just as much as your wins. This is how we continue to grow and learn as an individual, but as an organization as well. All right, our third thing to celebrate that I want to challenge you is the culture of our organization. Now, first of all, you've got to create your culture and be intentional in driving that culture. Culture is created by your core values plus your behavior. Core values plus behavior equals culture. I want to repeat that. Your core values plus behavior equals culture. When you have a great culture and you live it every day, you will attract the right employees and the right customers. Celebrate your culture by recognizing and continuously living it and talking about it. That's a powerful way for everyone to be celebrating our culture, is by recognition of who's living our culture points. Our 4th item that I want to encourage you to celebrate are the communities that you live in. One of the best teamwork activities that I've seen organizations do is volunteering together. Celebrate your community by helping those that are less fortunate. Part of our responsibility as an employer is to give back. Use volunteering as a great way to celebrate and be thankful for the communities that we do business in. So again, 4 things to celebrate: our wins, our losses, our culture of our organization, and the communities that we live in. So go ahead and again, star and circle which one you're going to act on, which one you're going to take steps forward to make progress. Celebrate our losses. Absolutely. Love to see that. Celebrate your culture. Yes, look at those losses as learnings. Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you. So we've gone through 20 items for 2024, but I've got a bonus for you. I've got a bonus number 25 for 2024. And here's a fun one. It's my favorite. Hire an organizational and executive development coach. I want you to imagine this. Every single leader in your organization knows exactly where they're going, how they will get there, and they're tracking their progress. If you have a need for team alignment, as we discussed, have a need for strategic thinking, planning, and execution, have a need for developing your executive team's leadership and management skills, or help with any of the topics we've talked about here today, you can benefit from an organizational and executive development coach. The most successful people and businesses have coaches helping them achieve their goals. So to learn how a coach can help you, your team, and your organization, I want you to contact me at monty@montywyatt.com, and we can have a conversation to see how, if and how you can benefit from working together. I got a couple more challenges and opportunities for you. My number one challenge is, are you adding zeros or are you adding zero? I want you to choose. I want you to choose 2 to 3 actions out of everything that we talked about today and take action with them immediately. We've talked about a lot. Maybe all 24 don't fit with you, but the 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 should be action items that you keep in front of you and that you put into practice. Now, to help you add zeros and for attending today, everyone's going to receive a complimentary organizational development assessment. This is a team assessment that gives you feedback in 5 areas: strategy, business development, people, execution, and mission. This is a very insightful tool to help you see how aligned you and your team truly are. To take advantage of this assessment, I want you to follow this URL that's on the screen and to set an appointment, and we'll talk about next steps. So it's tinyurl.com/Monty Wyatt. I encourage you to take advantage of this assessment. Again, it's a team assessment to help you take a look at how aligned you and your organization is and your leaders are in what is most important. So tinyurl.com/Monty Wyatt. All right, we've covered a lot in a short amount of time here today, but I want to open up for a Q&A for a few minutes just to see what you might have on your minds, see how I can help you best. Go ahead and type into the chat box if you've got a question or something that you'd like me to address that we talked about here today. See if anybody has any questions. Love it when there's no questions. That means I did a great job of presenting, right? Well, excellent. Well, I do appreciate everyone joining me today. Thank you for attending. Got a question from Paul. Hiring in 2024. This is going to be a continuous challenge. It's going to be a tight market for finding employees. So we have to have the right culture. We have to have the right mindset to attract the right direction of our business to attract them. So keep that in mind as you are hiring in 2024. You're going to have to steal from your competition to get great employees. All right. I do want to encourage you to do 2 things. Either email me at monty@montywyatt.com to see how I can assist you, or visit tinyurl.com/Monty Wyatt and set a time for us to talk about the organizational development assessment and how that can help your team. Again, thanks again for joining me today. I'll stick around for another minute or 2 if any other questions come up. But thank you again, and let's make 2024 an amazing year. Thanks for joining me.